All right, quadratic functions, vertex form, and graphing from vertex form, and figuring out our graph attributes from vertex form. Our vertex form, what is that? It is f of x equals a, open parentheses, x minus h squared plus k. So we saw these h's and k's in our absolute value graphs. Pretty much the same exact thing here. The a's and the x's. A's, h, and k's, we saw all of that in our absolute value vertex form, or whatever we called it then. And it's pretty much the same here. So we can take our vertex form and we can find all of our graphing attributes from that vertex form. So it is in vertex form, so it's easy to find the vertex. Find the vertex, we're going to have opposite of h. So remember from our absolute value, the inside always lies. Same thing here. So if it is minus h, in our vertex, it's going to be positive. If it's positive h in our vertex, it's going to be negative. And the y value of our vertex is going to be k. Again, if our a is positive for our maximum, that means it opens up. That means we've got a minimum. If our a is negative, it means it opens down and we've got a maximum. The axis of symmetry is still the same, x value from our vertex, or if you're looking at the vertex form, it is just negative h, or opposite of h. Domain is still always all real numbers. In our range, if it opens up, it's going to be the y value from the vertex, or our k, comma infinity. If it opens down, it's going to be, again, that should be negative infinity, comma k, or our y value from our vertex. Let's look at an example. We've got f of x equals negative x plus 2 squared plus 3. What's our vertex? So we take h, opposite of h, it's positive 2, so it's going to be negative 2. We take k, we take that whole thing. Since it's positive 3, it's going to be positive 3. Our axis of symmetry is our vertex x, so x equals negative 2. Maximum or minimum, it is negative, so it is going down, which means we have a maximum. Domain is the same. Remember, we can denote all real numbers with this little fancy r. And our range, since it is opening down, is negative infinity to the y value of our vertex of 3. Another example, f of x equals x plus 1 squared minus 4. Vertex, we are pulling out our h, opposite of h. It's positive here, so now it's negative 1. The y value, we're pulling out our k. Again, that sign goes with that number, so all of it, so it's going to be negative 4. Axis of symmetry, x equals negative 1. There is no negative sign in front. Remember, our a here is going to be 1 because there's not a number, and there's not a negative sign, so there is a positive sign here. It is positive 1, which means that it opens up, which means that we have a minimum. Our domain, of course, is the same. And our range, we're opening up, so it's going to go from the y of the vertex of negative 4 all the way up to infinity. All right, if you are lost, let me know. Let me answer any questions you might have.